Extended and diminished. Welcome back, everyone. It is Michael here with Offshore Citizen. And today we're going to talk about a citizenship by investment program which was scheduled to possibly be gotten rid of. I made some comments about this previously, and it has been extended and made worse. So today I'm going to talk about the recent changes as well as updates to the Montenegro Citizenship by Investment program. So let's dive in and discuss it. Before we do, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, hit the all notification bell, and if you'd like help with getting second citizenships, residencies, relocating, international tax optimization, etc., please reach out to me. You can book a call, calendly.com/Michael-Rosemuth. There's a link in the description below, or send a message through our websites, offshorecitizen.net and offshorecapitalist.com. Okay, so just brief little recap. Montenegro introduced their official citizenship by investment program in, I believe it was 2019. And when they did, it was frankly not very competitive as far as I'm concerned. I would notably tell people that for the prices that you're talking about, you could pay for St. Kitts or like one of the Caribbean programs, plus typically buy a property and get a golden visa in Portugal and end up better on kind of both accounts. So it didn't really make a lot of sense to me. This being said, they did this program. In my opinion, they were either poorly advised or greedy or didn't have a good sense of the market. Realistically, could be some combination. Hard to say. Then the longtime leader of Montenegro, Milo, his party was beaten in the elections in the summer of 2020, and so they made these declarations that, oh look, we're going to get rid of this program. And at the time, I kind of made the comment, I think I've done some videos, you can go back and watch about it, that this was probably hand-waving more than anything else. Unfortunately, the situation in that part of the world is you have leaders who go into politics to get rich, not to do something better. And essentially, Milo's very rich, in spite of how he makes it look on paper, and has pretty much already plundered the country. By contrast, you have new people who haven't had an opportunity to do that, and there's all sorts of back-end deals, etc., in this sort of thing. And I figure they were probably posturing in order to get a good deal from the developers, etc., who were benefiting from this program. And so lo and behold, we come to the end of 2021 when they're saying, hey, they're going to end it, and they decide to extend the program. Of course they do, because there's lots of money in it for them, and they haven't benefited from it accordingly. And so they do that, but with a caveat: they double the donation amount. So let's go over the specifics here. Normally, in most places in the world, you have a donation or you have an investment, right? Sometimes there's like a small component of the investment that will be a donation. For example, in some of the Caribbean programs, you'll maybe have like $25,000 donation that goes along with a $200,000 real estate investment, something like that, right? Well, here, and by the way, usually, except for maybe in the case of Turkey, the real estate is radically overpriced. In the case of Montenegro, the real estate is radically overpriced, okay? On top of that, they had a €100,000 donation. Plus, so now what they've done is they've doubled it to €200,000 donation. So let's just do the math here. We can do a Caribbean CBIs for a little over $100,000 including the fees, right? It's about 100,000 donation on the low end, and by the time you add in fees, you're a little over $100,000 dollars, not euros, dollars. Here you have that. Plus, there's probably about another 50,000 euros in fees that get laden onto this system. It's really bad. And they want you to buy an overpriced property. Minimum of 250,000 euros in the north of the country, 450,000 on the seaside, and it's only specific government-approved projects that, as I said, are overpriced. So to me, it seems really, really stupid. There was a lot of pressure from the EU. Now, frankly, I think that politicians need to be less political, and they basically need to tell the EU to fuck off. They need to say, look, you know what, we're sovereign, we get to choose whatever the heck we want, and screw you guys. But they're trying to get into the EU, and part of the narrative as to why it is that their citizenship is valuable is that they're saying, well, we're going to get into the EU. So basically the argument that Montenegro makes at this stage is they say, it would cost you about 900,000 euros by the time all is said and done to get a Maltese citizenship. and that's the only EU citizenship available kind of by donation, by investment. And Montenegro is going to get into the EU sometime in the next 5 years, is their argument. And so you can buy now at this discounted price, and then you're going to have an EU citizenship, and that's going to be so much more valuable. And the counter argument that I give to that is, hey, listen, if I'm looking at it 5 years from now, I can pay for a Portuguese golden visa, and Portugal's already in the EU. I don't have to wonder whether they're going to get into the EU. And it's a much better passport, and will be a much better passport in terms of visa-free access than the Montenegrin passport will, even if and when Montenegro gets into the EU. So anyway, as far as I'm concerned, it's a terrible deal. There's many, many better deals. And I think this is reflected in the market. So they've had 108 people go through the program to date. So again, you introduced a program in 2019, you have 108 people to go through at an environment when we are helping more people than ever go through getting citizenships in various different countries. And so there's lots of demand, lots of people who are doing it. It's been very popular for Americans renouncing and things like this. People who are moving from places in Africa and Asia, and people who want plans B and backups and all this. Lots of people getting citizenships, and yet in spite of that, they've only had 108 go through. This is an indicator that their program really is not very competitive. But hey, you know what? They've done it, and so that is what it is. But they're now making it less competitive still. So it seems to me like a really tone-deaf, non-responsive, totally ignorant of the market conditions play, but it is what it is. So anyway, if you are interested in the overpriced Montenegro citizenship by investment, by all means, you can still do it. I mean, look, there's a lot of people who would love to do Montenegro if it was more competitive. If they priced the Montenegrin program the same as St. Kitts or Grenada or something like that, I think it'd be an incredibly popular program, even if you were to put on kind of some extra little pieces, because a lot of people would prefer Montenegro over one of these other places. It's a better place to live, it's a beautiful area, etc. And you could get in there certainly without too much trouble. But anyway, that's not how they've decided to do it. So anyway, with that being said, if you have any comments, put them in the comments below, and I'm going to look forward to seeing you on the next video.